Diablo, the Lord of Terror's semi-celestial binds are weakening, allowing him to walk among the mortal world in search of his brothers, the demon lords, Mephisto and Baal. As he draws nearer to his brethren, Diablo's power grows and will eventually permit him to shed his mortal coil. Together, the brothers, also known as the Three Prime Evils, seek out the Worldstone, the heart and soul of this world, with the ultimate goal of corrupting the Worldstone and controlling humanity, drawing ever closer to reality. A small band of adventurers has been plucked from distant realms and thrown together in this new world, placed upon a path with the aim of stopping this corruption before it can consume everything and spread to other dimensions. Welcome to the world of Sanctuary.
Hello, welcome back to Abracadagger, folks. We're gonna jump right into this because we're starting a little late. So let's go with a recap there from our lovely Miss Rowan.
Okay, so last session, we killed Bale. Lot of, shit. Yeah, Bale ran out of things to throw at us, and kind of got tag teamed by everyone. He got surrounded by everyone. He was pushed off into one of the pits by Vec, which great move by Vec. Completely destroy. I think he was half and then less than and then down to a quarter health or something. Adam, if you could verify.
Yeah, so he was a little under half, and when he came back, he had maybe a sixth of his hit points left. It hit him for a lot of damage.
Yeah, and then whatever he had left, Ross and Vec and Thebe and Simon, they just whittled down, and Grease. We can't forget Grease.
Yeah, Grease tore into him for a bit too.
Yeah. Yeah, so we killed him. Somehow. Not somehow. We knew we were gonna kill him. It was just a matter of how many people had to die in order to do it, right?
Well, there was some heroic moments used too, so that helped a lot, especially from Rowan with the healing.
That's true. Yup. After that, we still had to deal with the Worldstone, which was still corrupted by Bale's energy, and there was a lot of bickering back and forth about what should we do. It's either destroy the Worldstone, where it would completely drop the veil between heaven, hell, and sanctuary, and allow the Celestials and the fiends to wage war completely, or someone had to take the corruption within themselves in order to purify the Worldstone per se. Ross volunteered, but that was quickly rebuked by a few of us. And then Rowan may have done an oopsie involving Draven after he entered the room, and Draven decides that he's gonna try to absorb all the corruption, which we learned will completely destroy your soul. You will basically be the corruption will be like there's no return from it. You can't purify yourself after you've gotten it. Your soul will be gone. And yeah, cue panic from Rowan and a few and Vec and Grease entered the initiative as well, but like it's not like he really could have done anything, I'm gonna be honest with you. And after one round, Rowan managed to place herself in between Draven and the Worldstone. We left off with Draven using Mage Hand to yank a crystal? Is it a crystal?
The shard, the soulstone.
A shard, yeah.
A piece of the soulstone.
A piece of Bale's soulstone that was plugged into... Oh, shit. My computer decided to go to sleep. Wow. Okay. I was like, oh, everything went black. Oh. Yeah, and that's where we left off.
Okay, yeah, that's where we're gonna pick up. Let me get you guys back over here on the map.
If you guys don't mind, I'd like to take this this inspiration.
Rowan,
Go for it.
you still have inspiration.
No, I used it last session. Didn't
Oh.
Because I used it to contest against Draven.
Oh, I thought you used your D10.
No, I used my actual inspiration.
Okay, well.
Not like I actually needed it, but like considering the disadvantage and Draven rolling shitty anyway. But I said I used it, and so therefore I used it.
Okay. Well, you have inspiration, and we're gonna head back over here. This is the moment. This is really loud. Hold on.
My ears, they're bleeding.
Sorry about that. This is the moment where we left off, where the mage hand is hovering in the air holding the shard, and you see just a little wisp of blackness kind of out of the small slit within the Worldstone here. It just kind of reaches out like searching for something, and like a tendril reaching for something, and then disappears back into the Worldstone. There's a that echoes out from the stone once more, as these emanations have been coming more and more frequently. Draven, you have the Worldstone, you have the shard in your mage hand.
Okay. And kind of looking at the Worldstone, is there any discernible difference?
There is not. There's still the blackness swirling within as the Worldstone is slowly darkening.
Okay. Is there any way I can ascertain as to how to fix this? I think Draven assumed pulling the Worldstone out would do stuff.
Draven? So last week it was told to you guys that someone had to take the corruption in themselves. That's what started this whole initiative thing. So you're not sure. You don't know what needs to be done. You just know what you've been told so far. Like,
got it. Okay. So I'll pull the stone back from the mage hand into my hand.
Seems to be lifeless and just a dull yellow piece of glass in your hand, or crystal.
Got it. Alright. I feel like based off that description, Draven would assume that the corruption's in the soul stone. He'll hide the soul stone, and I think what he'll do is, for a second here, try and trick Rowan that he has the corruption, and like move away from this for a moment. Oh shit, I moved to the wrong character. And he'll say to Rowan, "Please, sister, there is no way. Get out of here. You know I must do this. I do not want to see anything happen to you. You have to let me go." And then he'll kind of like, I guess in this moment, like, pretend hide the soul stone in his hand while he buys himself some time to try and figure this out.
We're gonna end the combat, so you guys can act and talk as you wish.
I just want to make sure I understand. I mean, maybe Rowan, because she's so close, doesn't see it, but we are looking at Draven. Is there anything you do to hide it? I mean, we see you put it away, right?
Well, so if Rowan has her back to the world tree and is facing Draven, and Draven's facing her, he kind of takes the soul stone, cups it over both of his hands, and brings it over to his pocket or back pocket off the left-hand side, kind of holding it behind his back, and kind of really making a show of it, putting on a little bit of a performance as he pretends that this is the corruption that needs to be destroyed.
Give me a deception check on that. And anybody can roll. Those of you that are watching, and some of you may just inherently understand that the corruption is not in that shard. It may have been at one point, but if anybody's trying to discern Draven's intents here, you can roll against. You can roll insight against his deception.
I mean,
Is Draven rolling at disadvantage still?
Oh yeah, you're exhausted, buddy.
Wait, why am I exhausted?
Whenever
Because
you,
of which?
The wish spell.
yeah,
Oh, yep. I'll give you another roll. That's fair.
so I just want to make sure I understand. The actual world stone hasn't changed. I understand what Draven's trying to do. I guess I'm seeing this. I see what Draven's done. The situation is, the stone still not pulsing. Like I'm not. I don't think anything feels different, right?
No. So
I feel like
the
yeah.
Worldstone is still very much darkening, and you see those black streaks running through it. The shard that Draven pulled out is dull and lifeless, like just a kind of a dull yellow crystal at this point. It doesn't appear there's anything to it anymore.
I mean, I can make an insight check if necessary. I don't think that would be my concern.
No.
Can I?
You, because of
Well,
the
hang on.
benefice. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, can we see that, like, it's obvious that there's something more that still needs to be done, right?
Yes.
Like, because okay, that's all I needed. I can make the insight check. I just don't know. I'm not going to. I don't know why I would care about that. I would just.
Yeah.
It's not working. So please continue.
Okay, well, in this moment, this is just the quick. This is for me, and anyway, we're in the several seconds. It's just like grab the Worldstone and kind of hide away from Rowan and just like buy himself some time while he's trying to think. And then I wanted to give people a chance to react to that. So that's kind of the moment that I was picturing, just so everyone knows.
Soulstone, by the way. What you have in your hand is the Soulstone, not the Worldstone.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know that it's faded. In my head, we've seen these things be corrupted, and be the source of corruption. Yes, it didn't fix the Worldstone, but there's also like a past track record of these things being a source of corruption, right?
Yes.
And there was a reason why Rowan didn't touch Diablo's earlier, or the other piece of Bale's Soulstone, right?
I mean, only because I asked, do you touch it? That's the only reason she didn't do it. She doesn't know anything would have happened.
Yeah, I'm with you. But that's the moment we're in. So
Yeah.
everyone, do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm looking around. Just not looking around. I'm looking and trying to see, observe if there are any changes. Draven just said he, took the corruption. So
Yeah,
I'll
there's no
insight
changes.
because Vec
Yeah,
doesn't know
Vec.
anything, but he's
Vec
really
may not.
incendiary.
Yeah. Let's see if Vec falls for his deceit here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, he thinks Draven's got it. Yeah, I don't know what he thinks, but
I mean, I guess I'm rolling because he's trying to convince me, right?
yeah. I mean, so you can roll if you want, but you can vary. I mean, you can see the Worldstone, even though your back is to it. It comes up over you. There's pieces over your head. I mean, these pieces come out and almost touch the platform ahead of you, so you can still see the black streaks and the darkness that is slowly encompassing this Worldstone. I don't know what Draven is actually trying to convince Rowan of. I think he's just grasping at straws here.
Hold on. Her back's to it, dude. You're assuming a lot.
Her back is to the Worldstone. This main section.
he just described the Worldstone as this huge overarching structure. It's bigger than even Bale was, so she can still see the Worldstone. It's like towering over her.
So there's pieces here, which is the way she's facing, that reach out over this platform, almost touching it. Like she can still see the Worldstone from where she is. Her back is just to the main portion of it.
Okay, I know, but so okay, let's walk this out, right? You have a corrupted source that you know of. It's in Draven's hands that you know of. You have your back to the main piece, not a lot of reactions. You can get some information from the little bits of the Worldstone that you can see, or maybe you could see a lot of it, I don't know. But at the end of the day, Draven's still fine, which is also another piece of information. He's clearly holding on to this thing and hasn't done anything yet. So, you know what I mean? Like, the farce is it that unbelievable in this case?
Okay. So here's I'm gonna just say what's on my mind right now. Okay. Rowan just destroyed Bale's Soulstone, like the major component of it.
The largest part that was remaining, yes.
So right now, yeah, there's a crystal in Draven's hand, but I thought she's more focused on the Worldstone itself.
So her field of view is like this, right? Draven, you see the lines that I drew? So she can still see portions of the stone here. Even if she's just looking straight forward, she can still see that out of the corner of her eye. But I mean, this thing is just massive, towering over this platform that you're standing on. So that's what I'm getting at. She can still see the Worldstone. How do I
Okay.
delete that?
Yep, forget it then. Everyone knows.
Well, I mean, there's still something to be said for the deception. Maybe, confusion, whatever. But this is the moment we're in. I mean, what do y'all do to react to what Draven's trying to pull off?
Hey, did Tyrael come through the portal?
He did. He's there. He was there. Hold on. Sorry, I'll put him back on the map. Why did he disappear?
Mm.
Okay, yeah. He's there. You know, I just need to find him again. So
Tyrael!
there we go. He actually flaps his wings and flies over. As he's staring at Draven, he turns his head to look towards you, Rowan, to acknowledge.
When
But
a mortal...
sorry.
Should a mortal take in the corruption within this Worldstone, their soul's destroyed.
Yes, Rowan.
Does it destroy their soul across all time and all the planes? Or just in the current moment?
Well, let me roll something for Tyrael to see if he understands, because you're asking him about other times, other worlds, right? Like across all the realms.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I guess at this point, as Rowan is talking to Tyrael, Vivek would have caught up by now.
Wow,
And
that's horrible.
Fucking hell. Oh no.
I am uncertain, Rowan. You and your friends, he kind of looks around, come from a world I know nothing of. I am uncertain what will happen to your soul. I know what will happen here and now. But beyond that, I could not say.
What mean? What?
So where
Yeah.
we come from, we're all from different times. Some of us years into the future, some of us months into the future. We all said that we'd meet up, that we'd find each other again. But if whoever takes the corruption within themselves has their soul destroyed, would their existence be erased in our worlds too?
Kind of unbecoming of a celestial. He looks down at the ground for a moment, looks back, and shrugs his shoulders. He does not know. Another burst emanates from the Worldstone. Tyrael kind of stiffens. You see him kind of look off into the distance, like he's peering at something beyond what you can see. As he flexes his wings, I must go. And he casts something and vanishes.
Put darkness back in stone.
What?
Beck is saying put darkness back in stone. I was trying to make my voice sound really gruff, and I guess it worked. I don't know.
You said put darkness back in stone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The corruption
Gotcha.
back in stone. I don't know if that's possible.
Um, yeah, Draven sees now that, Rowan didn't fall for it. And he doesn't really see another way. Him kind of being more of a thinker, or sorry, less of a thinker, more of a doer in this moment, realizing that, Rowan's casually talking to an alien or angel. She's looking around at the Worldstone, kind of not distinctly paying attention to him kind of holding the stone off to the side. Uh, yeah, it's not working, and he came here to do it. So he starts moving forward at a kind of a running pace. He thinks he needs to touch the Worldstone. He thinks he needs to connect with it. Is there any other way that appears like you can connect to this stone in the couple seconds that have transpired?
No, I mean, just to connect with it or touch it, you just have to place your hand upon it anywhere,
Okay, yeah, he's gonna run up and touch it. And with whatever he can, try and
Does anybody react to this?
fix the corruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can I go really
Yeah, go
quickly?
ahead,
I'm sorry,
Ross.
guys. So just want to make sure at this point, Draven's like, everyone's looking around, and Draven starts to move, and he's reaching out with the Soul Stone to touch the Worldstone. Is that what's happening? I just
Draven?
want to make sure I'm seeing
No.
what.
No, he held that stone in his hand. This is a shard. Draven's touching it.
So he's going to place his
I
hand
know.
on it.
Yeah.
You're just placing a hand on it. That's what I wanted to understand.
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing touching the Worldstone is Draven's hand.
Okay, cool. I think then, seeing as how nothing's happened, I would start making my way there. I'm not making it urgently so. Well, I'm walking there as I say, Grease, Simon, the two of you would hear me say, "It's not working. Something's wrong." And I start making my way there.
I'd like to full body tackle my brother.
As he runs up and places his hand on the stone, Draven.
So hang on. In all fairness, you and Tyrael are having this conversation, right?
Yeah,
Like-
they were.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine
so
you're tackling him
you would've-
after he's like touched his hand against the stone, right? I feel like that's fair to give Draven. If
Oh,
they're
yeah,
having a conversation.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm full body tackling him, and he's already touched the stone, but I'm still full body tackling him.
Okay. Yep.
So
just
give me a
clarifying.
second. Before any of that's resolved, I need to say something to Draven. So I'm gonna mute you guys, or deafen you guys for a second. Sorry. There we go. Okay, it is just you and me. And the moment that you touch this, it's almost as if everything else around you stands still. When you touch this Worldstone, your mind is flooded with like information you can't even comprehend, right? Because it's like it's like eons of time from the point of this Worldstone, from the viewpoint of the things that created this Worldstone, but it's so jumbled, it's so much, it almost like you feel like your head's gonna explode. But there's one thing that stands out, and that there is definitely something within that doesn't belong. Draven understands immediately that whatever that is must be pulled out, and that's not just gonna happen. You're gonna have to forcefully pull it out. Like, you're gonna have to will it out into you.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think at this point there's sort of If you could imagine all that information flooding through your head, uh, all within a very small time frame, maybe instantaneous, really. Uh, the kind of profound nature of understanding what it is that is this Worldstone, all encompassed within this, like, I guess you could almost think of it like gem that feeds through the world. Um, Thinking about your past and your present and your future and your loved ones and everything that brought you into this moment, staring down the barrel of absolute oblivion, knowing he's going to be destroyed. There, there's no room for hesitation in this moment. It's just grit. It's just a performance. And utter. All he has left to do is to do the motions for the crowd to see. And he knows that if he doesn't do it, the crowd will never see again.
Yeah.
He
Now.
pulls. Yep.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You pull what?
He pulls out. He pulls with all of his utter will, touching this corruption, and with as much bravado as you can muster, with sheer force of will, you have a call to this thing that doesn't belong.
Yeah. So this is gonna be basically either intimidation. It can't be persuasion. I think it has to be intimidation.
Would
against this? But what?
Would you allow for, in this moment, Draven to inspire himself with bardic inspiration?
I'll say you could have done that walking over there because you don't know what's gonna happen and you thought you might need it.
Okay. Wait.
Let me bring them back because I do have to give. I mean, I have to give Rowan the chance to try and get you off of it.
Wait, why? She got there after, right? So I am touching it, right?
She's only 10 feet away from you, and the minute you touch it, like, it's so. To do this, it's not an instant thing, but you can decide that within an instant that, hey, you need to come out and into me, but it doesn't happen instantaneously. It's going to take a moment for it to flow into you. Now, I have to give her a chance to try. She's trying to save her brother, dude. Like, I can't just say, nope, you can't do nothing, you know? So, if you want this to happen, I mean, you're stronger than her. You have very good.
Well, so
chance.
so let me ask you. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about any of that. I just want to like picture this. So is Draven still in control of the facilities, even though like all these thoughts happened, and you're giving her like a contested role or whatever?
Yeah, it's gonna be contested. It's not gonna be she just stops you.
Okay.
But there's you'll have a slight advantage here because of what's happening. So, plus you're inspired. So, we need to let this play out though, because I can't just tell Rowan no. She is just trying to save her family after all.
Okay.
So let me get them back.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Who else? Vec. All right, that's everyone. Nope. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Rowan. In this moment, you see Draven walk over towards the Worldstone. Tyrael disappears right about as Draven walks between you two and goes over. You see him land on his. You see him lay his hand upon the stone. Nothing appears to happen in that moment, but you have your moment to try and remove him if you wish.
Full body tackle.
All right. This will
This
be
is very
contested.
much siblings are bickering.
Yeah, this will be contested.
Okay.
Draven, don't roll just yet. Let me do something real quick because where is So this would be contested. This is going to be y'all's choice between acrobatics or athletics. You can choose to roll whichever one you wish. Yeah, go ahead and make your rolls. You are both at disadvantage.
19 would have been nice.
But Draven has a trick up his sleeve, I think. Jeez, even with disadvantage. And you rolled acrobatics against athletics. So your brute strength just charging him, and he he does the whole with his hand up against the stone. He pushes back, extends his arm as far as it'll go, and just grabs your head and pushes you on through between him and the stone as you hit the ground on the other side and stumble. Draven. Anybody else before whatever's gonna happen happens?
I want to try and literally grab a hold of Draven from behind.
Well, you are 25 feet.
Yup.
What's your movement?
A lot.
Yeah, 50. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the chance, but you and Draven need to give me an initiative roll. It's not going to be in a combat order, but just roll me initiative to see if you can get the chance. Vic.
Okay. Oh, just the current. Okay, so it's plus.
Oh.
It's just a dex check basically.
Here,
That's fine, I
I'll
can
throw
roll.
a combat thing up. There you go. Now you can roll initiative. We're not going to hold to this. We just want to see who rolls higher.
Yeah.
Draven, give me an initiative. Why are you at advantage, Vic?
Because I have a feat that allows me to roll at advantage on initiatives.
Oh,
He would have beat me anyway. They're both higher than my roll.
well, you had something up your sleeve, I believe. Wait,
I'm not use. I need all the tools I have up my sleeve available to me.
well, you have inspiration, a D20, and you have the D10 inspiration from me.
Oh yeah, that's
If
true.
you wish to use any of that stuff. Now,
Sure.
Vec has it as well. Well, no, Vec does not have inspiration, but he does have the D10.
Let me think. What are my chances of beating back in initiative in general?
I mean, I rolled a nat 20, so, but I know that doesn't mean anything. But
Yeah,
for
it seems like
initiative,
a
you
you still
really
have
doesn't.
you still have the higher dexterity.
We're good. Let's just give Vec a chance to play. I think that's more fun for him anyway.
Yeah, Vec, you see Rowan hit the ground as Draven kind of leans forward towards the Worldstone once more, his hand never leaving the stone.
Is
What
it
do you
possible for me to pay something as a freebie here?
Yeah,
Alright. Because I think Draven would have seen Vec coming by now.
this is all happening at the same time. So you see Rowan come in, and then you hear footsteps coming in from behind. So
Okay. Would I know if I'm not gonna tell you. Would I know if it's Vec or not?
I think
He had spoken,
Draven-
right?
I think Draven saw, like, everybody's kind of staying back, and Vec and Rowan were the only ones close. So I would think you would possibly have an idea that it's probably Vec.
Okay. This isn't. I don't know if this changes anything. I just feel like in this moment there'd be some roleplay to be had as Draven, thinking it's Vec approaching, would say to him, kind of pushing his sister to the ground for a moment, hearing the footsteps. Vec, get my sister out of here. It is not safe. Please, Vec. We can't let Rowan die. But that's it. You can do anything.
I need to roll something. I need. God damn it. 50 and below, he doesn't listen. 51 and above, he listens.
Ooh,
God.
shit.
Okay.
92.
Okay. As he is running up behind you, he will catch a glimpse of your face. And he will nod as his focus is now getting Rowan out of there.
Yeah. In that moment of eye contact, you can see it on his face. There's I think now at this point there would be tears starting to form as he's worried and it's starting to become emotional, ramping up. He has a look of just thank you as you nod in appreciation.
He will grab Rowan instead.
Rowan,
What?
Vec's coming to grab you.
What? No!
Anybody
Let
else
go of me!
have anything to say before that happens? Ross? Simon? Grease? You guys are kind of far away, but you kind of see the tussle going down.
Watching everything happen in front of us, I'm going to come up behind Ross. Ross, if this works, are you prepared to deal with the consequences?
I can hear him shuffling back to his chair to get. He's in the kitchen.
No, he's muted.
Yeah, but where do you think he is? He's in the kitchen trying to cook something.
Hey, Sean, you
He's
there,
like, oh
buddy?
shit, fuck shit, damn it.
Burning my food.
Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, I was racing back. Yeah, I was just finishing dinner.
Burning your
Yeah,
water.
so right. I mean, I did say I was heading up there, so I don't know how far you let me move. I was trying to be respectful of everyone's, RP choices here. Would I be any closer as far as where I'm at now, or?
I moved you on the map if you're looking.
Okay.
You're
Okay,
about
cool.
20 feet away at this point.
Yeah, I am looking. I just wanted to make sure that was where you wanted me to be and that wasn't a mistake. If I do hear Draven's plea to Beck, I don't think I interrupt. I do take my sword out because I know there is something that's going to be needed after. So, yeah, I'm going to stand quietly. I know that this got to be done. So.
All right. So in response to your question, Grease, Ross just pulls his blade out.
And Grease will ready his scimitar alongside him.
Simon, anything?
Nope. I'm just watching it all play out.
Vec's a pretty strong guy. And he's wrapping his arms around kind of, I'd imagine because you hit the ground, he's behind you kind of going in under your arms to pull you up and away. How hard are you fighting this?
Pretty hard. I'm digging my heels into the ground, like trying to like anchor myself.
Well, during that tussle, Draven, what is it you do in this moment as your hand is placed upon the stone, given the information that I gave you previously?
Yeah, I think Draven, with every ounce of his consciousness, reaches for the corruption that he feels, at least the way you described it, shouldn't be there, and beckons for all of it. Reaches out with his consciousness, beckoning for all of it, demanding that it become a part of him.
Give me an intimidation check.
This is at disadvantage, right?
It would be, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna reroll. I'm rerolling that.
Okay.
That was almost a natural 22.
I know. All right. Is this reroll also at disadvantage?
Yes.
That's how. Okay. Ugh.
You did do something that you could always add to that as well.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to start with the 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's a 30.
Okay. We're taking no chances.
Well,
I'm adding my.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That is.
Okay.
That is plenty. DC was a 25. You kind of focusing your thoughts with all the jumbled, what I told you earlier, everything that's kind of going through from touching this Worldstone. You, with a discipline that Draven's always known but rarely shows, right? You focus and you find that point of evil, that corruption that is within this Worldstone, and you demand that it leaves and come into this new host that has been offered up. There's a moment where you think nothing happened, it's not listening, this isn't working, and you hear Vec and Rowan struggling. You hear Rowan yelling no. You hear other footsteps coming up from behind, and then everything is drowned out. It is just you and the stone and this corruption that is all of a sudden flowing into you. You know, your thoughts are all of a sudden back at home prior to that one event. You and Rowan running down the street with your sister and your other, orphaned siblings, running down the street creating havoc, stealing oranges from vendors. There's that moment of you guys getting into trouble with some of the law. There's moments where you guys are where you shouldn't be and draw the ire of some vampire entity, which you understand is Caius. It's like all these moments in your life flash in front of you. There's the arena, the fights that you had in the arena, the first drink you and Ross shared, that moment that you and Ross ultimately in your minds, failed your friends and got all of them killed. The events that took place in this world. And then there's just blackness. You feel yourself losing control. You feel a pain within your mind, and then it spreads throughout your entire body. What everybody else sees is Draven stiffen, his head looks up, and there's a darkening to his skin. Draven, you can't see or hear anything at this moment other than this loud, like humming, kind of a rushing sound in your ears. But you know your friends are still there. Do you have any last words for them?
Yeah, I think a couple things happen here as Draven is touching the stone, stiffens, his skin starts to darken. Of all the things that would be said, I think he would say, sort of in a moment of like kind of soft subtlety, as his voice, you can hear the crackling of pain in between the words. The arena comes for us all, my friends. Rose, Rowan, Vec, Boros, Sir Grease, King Simon, Deeb, carry on the fight in my stead. And then, from his perspective, it's all agony as he manages the words, carry on the fight in my stead. And I think, knowing that they're there, realizing his time's imminent, he pushes himself forward into the abyss.
So, okay, hold on. At this point, there's no abyss. This is just all Worldstone. If you push forward, you're just going to lean into the Worldstone. But,
okay.
But hang on a second. In that moment, as your eyes, you couldn't see, you just saw blackness, right? Your eyes focus once again as you're still facing upwards. You feel the pain as your joints and your limbs begin to crack and misform or deform. You look up and you see the Worldstone extended above you. You see that blackness fade out. And the last thing you see is this bright red pulse from the Worldstone that looks as it should. And then all is consumed with darkness as this need to just kill everything takes over. In this moment, Rowan, you're fighting with Vec. Ross, you have your sword drawn. Grease's shoulder on your hand. Grease's hand on your shoulder. What are y'all doing?
So I see this transformation happening as I'm fighting with Rowan, right?
Yeah. The entity beside you is no longer even. It doesn't even resemble your friend Draven anymore. At this point, it's some twisted, dark, almost abomination that stands before you as this black aura, not aura, but kind of, I guess it would be kind of an aura, kind of outlines this thing's form as it, and it pulses out away from it. But it is, whatever it is not Draven any longer.
I don't waste any time. I run him through with my sword if I can, as soon as I can.
I was almost thinking the same thing, but I'm like looking at Rowan as I'm fighting with her, and I stop for a moment. Rowan, if you're looking at Vex's face right now, you can just kind of like see a little bit of tears as he is trying to like almost pull you away. Then seeing what's happening with Draven, just looks at you and just, sorry. As he's going to take his 2 swords and also try to run through Draven as well.
Sure. Anyone else?
Watching those two take action, Breeze is actually going to go up to Rowan and hold her back from doing anything hasty, because I know that she's not having it right now.
And Simon, anything from you? And what about Thebe? So Simon first, obviously, but
I am following Ross's lead.
all right. And what is Thebe doing during all this?
Yeah, so the entire time, Thebe had his bow ready to go, just in case. He sort of knew it was at stake. He sort of knew the plan. Not to his knowledge, but through some Inifis influence, his bow had been aimed at the World Tree, and seeing the sort of corruption take hold over Draven, he begins to lower his bow. Right before the stabs go through, I think he realizes what happened, and there's a stern look of grit on his face.
Ross, you run up to your friend, your comrade, your, in some ways, confidant, right? And run your sword through as the creature that before you is obviously not Draven any longer.
Yep.
Do you pump anything into it?
Yep. I put everything I have into it. Divine Smite, Eldritch Smite, everything.
As you do this, you see the energies course through this creature's body, and you see 2 other massive swords also stab into the entity formerly known as Draven.
Yeah.
That's so messed up. You see Simon as well come up with his dagger and stab down right between the neck and shoulder. You know, that sweet spot right there, right?
Yep.
As all of you end this creature's life before it can really do anything. It is utterly destroyed by you guys' attempts or attacks here. Almost as if a part of it let it happen. Thebe? Or Draven? Whichever one is asking. Andres?
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
I was typing it.
Oh,
I think as if you were to allow me, you can describe Draven's corpse, this creature's corpse all you want, but if they were to look in one of his hands, where he was previously holding the corrupted stone, there would be a sort of wilted flower, a rose that he has been carrying on him almost his entire life. So you could imagine this thing's quite withered. But you know, there's some attempts at preserving it. It falls out of his hand, if you will. And this
Sure.
would be a, I think that both Rowan and Ross would recognize. It was a symbol that Draven carried with him for the longest time, never knowing what it was in his time adventuring with Ross. And for Rowan, it's a childhood memory. A childhood memory of a happier time. As his hand hits the floor, you see the wilted rose in it.
Yeah. This rose hits the floor as momentarily people shield their eyes as this creature before you just kind of almost implodes, and then there's a burst of corruption and darkness that he took within him, just outwards, not affecting anybody, but I imagine you would tense up thinking, oh shit, right? But then it just kind of dissipates, and then there's a solid, stronger, louder pulse from the Worldstone, but it's not this darkened, this dark energy. You see the crystals around the room all light up brighter, more vibrant red, and there's this that kind of vibrates the ground, the world, it seems, as the Worldstone once again shines, seemingly untouched. The creature before you turns to ash, and within ash, a small white rose, wilted, but clearly recognizable.
I turn to leave. I'm exiting this chamber, heading outside. I don't know if you want me to move my token or not.
I'll just grab it and drag it to the portal over here.
Vec is going to put his swords away and kind of look over to Rowan.
Not again. I failed. Again. Tears streaming down her face. She's just staring listlessly at the rose on the floor. Is Grease still holding her back?
If he feels like she's like struggling still, then yes. If she's just kind of sunken and isn't fighting, then he'll let her go.
She's going to crawl and reach out to grab that withered rose.
Okay. Well,
You meant a lot to him.
She's gonna hold on to it. And a very loud, mournful wail erupts from her lips. She is inconsolable.
Grease is just gonna... He's gonna stand kind of behind her, beside her. He isn't gonna touch her. as he just kind of watches over her.
Vec will kind of sit down nearby and just wait until she wants to leave.
You guys are going to have to physically lift her and get her out of here. This is going to take a while.
Well, if that is the case, then I'll redact what I just said. Vec instead will, as you're like holding this rose, is going to carefully pick you up, kind of like this, like, you know, princess kind of carry, and just looks as like, we have to go.
Well, as you guys make your way from this chamber and out through the Worldstone Keep, even the crystals, the veins of crystal that grew through the walls and parts of the floor throughout the keep have that vibrant glow to them once, which you presume is natural, what it should be. No longer feeling that corruption in the air that you felt ever since you came to this world. Even that is dissipated and is gone. We make our way back to Haragoth over the next couple of days. Get everybody back on this screen. You find out that Mala has found a way that she's found out that she can bring you to whichever world you wish to go to, as long as you're going with someone else from that world. She can tie your entities together and choose to bring you both to, one of your worlds. So, and the time is the same way. She can take somebody from different times and choose which timestamps she delivers all the parties to, both the parties to, whatever. So, given that, I think we're going to start with Vec, since you are the farthest removed from the rest of them, as they all kind of had ties to each other. What would Vec choose to do and go to in this moment? But before that, I'm sorry. As you get back to the city, you notice that there was some fighting going on. And talking to some of the people, you realize from their descriptions, it seems as though people were becoming corrupted slowly, and a celestial appeared and began to cleanse people. You presume that was where Tyrael had left, why Tyrael had left. If that's the case, he's got a lot of work to do. Other parts of the world are probably now the corruption may have stopped, but who knows how much some people were corrupted and how far it had gone. But at least you know now that it is not continuing and can be dealt with. There are things, some people don't even realize what you've done. Others, like Qualketh, Mala, they understand it precisely what took place and what this world owes you. But Vec, in that moment, given the choice, where would you go? Would you go home? Would you go somewhere else? Would you return to your time that you left, or some other time?
I understand that a few of the people in the party are kind of from the same world as Vec, but just different times. I think. Oh yeah, I can't remember. Like, was Vec like the oldest, or the more newer of the timelines? I don't remember.
Vec was within about 5, maybe 10 years from where Draven and Ross came from, that time period. So I think you were a little before them.
And everyone else?
Rowan came from a time long before you.
It's like
As did
40,
Simon.
50, 60 years
Yeah,
before you guys.
yeah. Her and Simon are from the same time era.
Okay, so that is like before Vec, then. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Rowan is
because if that's the
a
case,
half a century
that'll be
before
before.
you.
Yeah, that'll be way before Vec was even conceived. If that is the case, then as we're all traveling back to the city, Vec is thinking really hard. Probably the hardest he ever was thinking before, ever. And knowing how, well, he doesn't know how it works, but it's all new and different to him. But he kind of looks over to Rowan as we're like coming back into the city. Rowan.
Yes?
Can I come with you?
You can, but what about your friend?
I can see her again. In time. Long time. She will be safe. Till then. I want to make sure you're safe.
So I have to ask, because it's vital to this decision, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but Rowan, knowing what's going to happen here, and knowing that Vec has asked her that, now that you'll get to the point, and he asked you this prior to getting to the city, so now that you've talked to Mala and you know you can go back to any time you want, would you still go back to your original time? Because that may affect Vec's decision.
No matter what, I'm going back to my time.
Okay. Alright, y'all continue then. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So, I feel like you should ask the others first, because Rowan's decision is also contingent upon Simon.
Okay. Simon. What time would Simon choose to go back to? His time, where he was on the island, you won't be brought to the island, but you will be brought to that same timeline, or some other point. If you choose some other point, you realize you have to go with somebody else that is from the time that you want to go to.
Yeah, I'll go back to the time I came from.
Okay. There's your answer, Rowan. Does that change anything for you?
Who's that question referring to?
That's for Rowan, because Rowan understands that her and Simon came from like the same time. So
Rowan.
she might be AFK. Or her computer might have died. She said it shut off earlier. Oh no.
Well, she had another computer.
Oh no.
Either that or she muted her headset.
Okay, well, let's Ross. This decision is brought to you. What time
Yeah.
would Ross like to go back to?
I don't go back to any time. I stay in Sanctuary.
Really?
What?
Yeah, I mean, everyone I cared about's dead. Rowan and Simon are going back to, Simon's time. It's nothing for me to go back to.
Wait. Before we talk about going back, yeah? Right? Rowan has made a promise,
Uh-huh.
and she intends to keep it. She is going to ask every one of her contacts while in Sanctuary if they have the material she needs for a certain spell.
What spell would that be?
True Resurrection.
What do you need?
I need a diamond worth 25,000 and up. A single diamond worth 25,000.
Couldn't we just like squish one together?
I am fairly certain that that Qualkek here would be more than willing to give you one from the coffers of Haragoth.
Heck yes. So in that case, guys, guess who's coming back to life?
Nice.
And a spanking brand new body.
Mm-hmm.
Now, True Resurrection. The question is,
How does Boros come back?
yeah, does Boros come back or does Lazarus come back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because
And
there's
is the
the
soul,
soul.
willing?
The soul is intertwined, so yeah, that's a question for Boros. Would he want to come back? And if so, which version of him?
I mean,
Or a question for
I have to
Josh,
speak the
I should say.
I have to speak the creature's name if they don't have a body.
This is true. But the creature was known as by two different names. It's the same soul. So, speaking to Boros, I honestly think it would be up to Josh. Because the name, either way, still speaks to the same soul. If you need a few moments, Josh, that's fine. Let me know. We'll,
So- As first off, who's all witnessing this ritual?
No, Vec would be there.
I imagine we all would be there, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'll speak for myself.
No, same. You got the.
So, as Rowan is casting this ritual, the air seems to flicker with embers. And as the spell becomes completed, in the center of her ritual area, a bright light would appear. It would begin forming arms, legs, a reptilian head, a tail. It's very small, very lithe, and then wings burst from its back. The light then begins to crack. Its whole body covered like glass. And then it shatters. The entire area around you encompassed in glittering stars. And you at first assumed the spell had failed. Until maybe a few seconds later, Ross feels a hand on his shoulder behind him. I knew you'd keep your promise, my knight.
And I don't think I'd be in armor. I think for the time being, that just needs some separation from that. And hearing that familiar husky voice brimming with know-it-all confidence, I would turn around and I'd bring you into the biggest hug.
And is it Boros?
It is still Boros, sans one horn.
Gotcha. Well, now you haven't lost everybody, Ross.
Yeah. It depends on Boros. I don't know if they should stay here, to be honest with you, but there is a reason I would probably stay here.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe there needs to be a discussion on what y'all want to do now. Simon and Rowan and Vex seem to be going back to their time, which would place this just after the fall of Aragorn, or actually during the fall of
2
Aragorn.
years. Yeah.
Well, the time that you came from, you'd been on the island for a couple of years, yeah. So I guess Aragorn would have been in the midst of
Count hostile bandit, merchant, pirate takeover.
yeah, like there's still that fighting to see who's gonna rule it. You know what I mean? So maybe a little strife still within Aragorn on the power, as far as the power aspect goes. But a potential king returns. Ross, with Boros at your side, what would you choose to do? You and Boros may want to discuss that. I don't know, because I don't know what Boros would want to do.
Yeah, I think I just listen first, spend some time with Boros, and then when Boros is given the option, I'd wait and see what they want to do. I don't think it's a discussion, really. Unless Boros wants to have it.
Boros doesn't have a home to go to. He doesn't have a world to go to. He sees no reason to go back to Ravnica. He can only presume that his friends back home were killed by the dragon. And as much as he would yearn to see them, he fears that it would only cause them more trouble if they were alive. So,
To be clear, you could go back to a time before you know, all the business with Garrus.
He could.
Okay. Just so you know.
He's not.
No, not
Oh.
necessarily, because
Oh, okay.
she can
I thought that-
bring. So because he's the only one from Ravnica, she can only go back to the moment he was taken. So all of that, the dragon chasing him and his friends had already transpired at that point.
Fair.
Yeah. So now if somebody else was from there from further back in the timeline, then she could bring him with them. You know what I mean? But yeah.
It would start the cycle all over again.
Yep.
He'd be alive. And knowing what happened in the past, I don't think I would survive long enough to stop him. So, that being said, I will stay in Sanctuary as well.
It's a bittersweet expression, as I don't think that I would shed tears either way. I mean, it's a lot, and I think here's where I would confess to Boros. I must stay as well. I didn't want to tell you or influence your choice, but I have one of the soul stones with me, and I intend to keep it in the hopes that perhaps, maybe when a new, what are those monks called? The Haradrim. When a new order arises, we can be there to aid them. I hope you will help me.
As best I can.
For as long as we can. I finish. Yeah. I think not now, but probably later on Boros would realize that I don't age anymore. But for a later story.
And what
So
about?
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Thebe. No, go ahead.
Yeah. What about Mr. Thebe? What would Thebe decide to do here? As I believe you are from Wildmount. Is that correct or no?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay, and that is also where I think Sentinel and Licca are from Wildmount as well.
They are. Yeah, Thebe's been watching this whole scene and thinking this thought. It's been perusing his mind just like everyone else in the party. He's kind of seeing Vec making his choice, the return of Boros, a tear kind of coming down his eye as he's smiling internally. He runs up and gives Boros a big hug. Welcome back, dude. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, dude.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, as there's this sort of, and I imagine it's more than just Thebe, but everyone takes a moment to probably celebrate. Maybe we're over at a bar, maybe we're out picnicking, and there's a little something being passed around. The return of Boros. Thebe bakes like a shitty cake that has his like name spelled wrong, like welcome back, Boros. I imagine Vec. Vec probably is like, nah, you can do better, dude. And then like, I don't want to make choices for you.
Makes the cake infinitely better.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's kind of like deciding, right? You have we'll get to the announcement that just happened, but you have this sort of like start with Rowan talking about what she's gonna do, and then Simon saying he's gonna go home, and then a moment really with Boros's return and kind of Ross and Boros having this exchange now in front of him, and Vec deciding he's going to join as well. I'm not sure if you locked that in or not. Thebe just kind of watching it all, and in this moment, we're out wherever you picture this being celebrated. He kind of gives Boros a hug, exchanging pleasantries and welcoming him back. Then seeing this, they're gonna stay in Sanctuary, and there's this moment where, at least for Thebe, he's like thinking about what all that fucking means. Like, these dudes are gonna stay in this world despite having the option to leave. For Boros, he understands. It makes sense if you don't have a home to return to. Hell, Thebe kind of relates to that as well. And then you have this moment with Ross, who's been closed off for... Is that accurate? Would you say that he's been a little closed off since everything? A little hard-chinned? Or how would you describe it?
Quiet, I would say.
Quiet. Okay. And would there be a noticeable change after Boros is returned?
Somewhat. It's kind of a reserved happiness, I think. Yeah, I mean, Boros is important, but Draven was his brother. There are other lives that didn't get brought back. Still a lot.
A sullen happiness.
Right.
I'd say quiet, not sullen. He's definitely, smiling in the moments with Boros, and very internal, not so willing to lend others an inspirational word as he has once been.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Thebe, maybe it's his new sort of found wisdom, or maybe he's just really high. He had been observing Ross, of all people, his captain. And I think after a moment, once Ross decides to stay, he goes over to Ross. Hey, can I have a word with you? In private? If it's cool, just for a second.
Yeah, I nod, giving you a curiously raised brow, but if you're leading me somewhere, I would follow.
Yeah. Yeah, we maybe go off to like an open gazebo or something. I noticed you said you were gonna stay, here, and I don't mean to pry, but shouldn't you... Well, I'm just confused is all.
Yeah, I think I would understand your confusion a bit, and nod.
I still have the stone of Diablo. I have kept it in a place that no one else can get to while I still draw breath. I'm hoping to give the people of Sanctuary a reprieve from at least one of the demon lords. And given my circumstances, I may be able to help usher in people like Deckard and learn about how to do away with it. And if not, learn how to permanently destroy them, if that is even possible.
Yeah, I think there's this like slow rolled moment. The information doesn't come quick to Thebe, but I think given his connection to at least a piece of this world. There's a delay, but some affirmation. He kind of swallows for a moment. Captain Ross, with
You
your
can-
permission.
Oh, yep, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, with your permission, sir. I intend to go back with Simon and fight in your stead, returning the great city of Alagon to its rightful heir.
Is this before? I imagine this is before everyone's left, given.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is
I would, again, the smile deepens. And I put a hand on your shoulder, Thebe. That is indeed a worthy mission, my friend. And I would appreciate it. But first, I would first ask you to look at Simon not as a prince or a king, but a man. If he wishes to reclaim his rightful kingdom, then guide him, aid him. But if he wants for another life, do not rob him of that opportunity, I beg you.
Yeah, I think Thebe has this like look of surprise as you start talking about like, wait, what? As he slowly sorts to accept what you're saying with your explanation.
It took some time for me to realize that part of the reason I wanted Alagon to be restored was, well, it was selfish, quite frankly. And it was also for Draven, for the gladiators, the orphans, the beggars, those who were trodden under heel. I thought that Simon would come in and fix everything. One of the rightful royal family would have the moral fortitude to set the kingdom of Alagon on the course that it needed to be on. It was only until after Draven perished under his own terms that I realized that is the desire of every man, to live as they desire.
Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. I'm gonna give that one just like a whole bunch of thought, man. Captain Ross, Captain Ross. Sorry. God, that asshole, that guy got in my head. As he like catches himself talking shit for a moment about your dead friend, which is gears.
Yeah, I don't think I would complain about that. I don't think Draven would either.
Yeah, nah, he wouldn't. He's like, yeah, you know. I just gotta say then, I respect the hell out of you, man. And I think we all do. More than you'd ever know.
Yeah. I think I would look at Thebe and taking my hand off his shoulder, just say, I think the best thing that I could hope for any of us as we go our separate ways is we leave as friends. After this mission, you've graduated, soldier. You're the captain of your own life. Can I greet you as just Thebe? And I reach a hand out to shake yours.
Yeah! Oh yeah, man! This like enthusiastic smile, cheek to cheek, as he like grabs your hand and maybe shakes it too much. It's like one of those like big excited shakes. You've made this guy's fucking month, you know. Yeah. He's high, but not on drugs. Well, that too.
Yeah.
Oh, that meant the world to me. Thanks, man. Oh, I can't wait to talk to the others. As he waves goodbye, he runs off and approaches Simon. Hey, dude.
Ooh, what's up, man?
Not too much. So listen, I've been giving it some thought, and, well, you know how everyone's deciding where they want to go?
Yeah, where you going, man? You coming with us?
Well, see, that's the thing. I wanted to go with you to help you recover your kingdom, because I thought that's what you're gonna do. But, like, Ross is, like, really smart, man. And this whole time, you didn't know if you wanted to do that or not. And I realized there's no pressure. But, like, it's been you and me and Rowan. You guys have been closer friends than anyone since the beginning. And I never hang out with my parents, and all my friends, all they want to do is smoke weed. But like with you guys, like, we can do other things too. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're like my family, and if it's cool, I'd love to join you guys. Whatever you guys want to do. If you just want to hang out, let's go party.
I guess this is kind of putting the question to Simon. At this point, you've decided what time you would go back. But would you go back to save your kingdom, or would you choose a different path?
I look around at everyone and say, hell yeah, I'm going back to get my kingdom.
Yeah!
I'd love to have everyone I'd love to have Ross with us. But if Ross wants to stay and help this dying world, then I'm fine with that.
I'll be taking
Yeah. Oh,
those
go ahead,
duties
sorry.
on his behalf. Oh, Thibault quickly interject and just go, I'll take up those duties on his behalf. He said I'm the captain. You can go ahead.
Nope. I think that's a poignant and very good response. So I say nothing, and I nod just to make sure it's clear I did say that.
One other person joins in this conversation.
Of course they do.
As Grease has kind of been drifting around the outskirts of your party since y'all came back. You seem, those that are paying attention, probably those with high perception, Rowan especially, you'd seem kind of straighten a little, and he swallows hard as he approaches Rowan. You have... He kind of clears his throat as his voice kind of breaks a little. You have saved my world. I listened to your friends, and they say that maybe Simon will try to take the throne and save his world. And I'd hate to see any harm come to you. what time? And you see now he's starting to sweat as he looks Rowan in the eyes, and he and he gets a real firm look on his face. I would like to join you if you would have me.
Grease, you know you would be leaving behind your sister and brother.
Hey, he can bring his sister with us if he wants.
He he looks at Simon curiously. Yes, I understand, but and you see now his face turns red as he says, I do not think I could live in a world that you were not in.
I can hear Rowan like audibly blushing right now.
I'm just like, oh, hello.
So I understand Rowan may not have the same feelings for Grease, but Grease has to shoot his shot. So you can let him down easy, or you can let him come along, whatever. However Rowan feels about, I don't know how Rowan feels about Grease. I know she's kind of got some mixed feelings, right? But
She's got some very mixed feelings.
So this is the moment for Rowan to decide, I guess, how she really feels about Grease. Totally up to you.
Well, shit. I'm gonna have to roll for it.
Oh no.
Here's the thing. Okay.
Dilemma roll.
Listen. In her eyes, they've only really known each other for like a few months. And like also you have the issue of she's elven and he's not.
He doesn't understand that, but I mean, that doesn't matter. Rowan's seen half elves. She knows humans and elves and different races can be together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's totally up to you.
Okay.
I'm just shooting my shot with Grease. He has to go for it.
Okay. So high, she lets Grease join the group in returning. Low, she lets him down. Like quickly.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So 51 and up is high, 50 and lower is low.
Dilemma roll.
Does Grease get his heart broken?
Oh, he.
Wait, what was the roll?
He doesn't
51
get
and
his
up.
heart broken.
Yeah. 51
doesn't?
and up. Nope.
Come on, just let it play out. What happens here?
Grace, you should know, I don't age like you do.
He kind of just cocks
You
his
come
head
with
at that.
me, we may not have as long as you think. Or I may last I'm not going to age as fast as you do.
I think you're saying it the wrong way, but continue.
Wait, no, but it's true. Rowan ages slower than Grease.
You guys, I thought you guys aged the same. You're just gonna live longer.
Yeah, well, elves hit a point where they stop looking like they're old. You know what I mean? Like they maintain those younger looks, but I think they age at the same pace year-wise. They just live a lot longer is all.
I'm just looking out for Grease because I feel like, yep. However he takes it, he takes it. It doesn't matter. I'll shut up. Sorry.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the way I explain it, but Rowan would try to get across to Grease that if he decides that he wants this, he needs to know that I'm going to live a lot longer than he is.
Yeah, so Grease, not from your world, not understanding the races, he gets what you're saying. As you see, almost a sadness come over his face as he thinks you're denying him, right? The way you said that. And he just looks at you. Even another day would be a blessing, Rowan. A year, a decade, I would die a happy man.
I can't believe I'm actually entertaining this. Oh, your sister's going to kill me.
She will not be there.
That's even worse!
Hey, slow down there. Allegon needs a new queen. Just saying.
Oh shit! Grease looks at you. Fuck. Grease looks at you, almost surprised, and
Rowan also looks at you surprised.
he looks at Rowan.
Oh yeah, y'all not sure who I'm talking about, huh? Well, guess you'll have to figure that out.
He looks at Rowan. Let me ask you this, Ross. Oh no, you said that to Thebes, so he wouldn't ask you anything. Grease will look at you, Rowan, and he will look at everyone else around you. We each have to make and live by our own decisions, yes? This is my choice. Again, if you would have me.
Does that mean you're gonna bring your sister?
No. He looks almost protective and angry at you.
Simon puts on a sad face.
If it's your choice, then it would be nice to have another person on the journey with me.
Only if he brings his sister.
Grease's face brightens. His eyes almost tear up as he just turns away from you and looks at everyone else. Just this big stupid grin on his face. He doesn't say another word. He just accepts it. The moment comes when it's time for Mala to bring you to your destinations. Rowan, there's a voice in your head. Thank you, dear Rowan. But I will not be traveling with you any further. I must stay here and protect this world if the need arises.
I understand.
Maybe
It was...
Oh, go ahead.
It was fun. Not fun. Not fun. That's the wrong word. Ugh.
You actually hear a chuckle from Kavath. maybe not the right choice of word.
Right. It was an honor fighting with you by my side.
It was an honor indeed. Farewell, dear Rowan.
Goodbye, Kavar.
And there's a loud ka-dong as it hits the ground, and you cannot hold it any longer.
I would also take a certain hammer out of my pack and a certain book from my pack. There are 2 books actually, and I would hand them both to Marla before I depart.
Oh, okay. What am I to do with these?
Keep them safe. If something in this world happens, if something happens again, these are tools to help you. Or rather, the book is a recounting of... well, no, correction. It was taken from one of the temples while we were out east. The hammer is the Hellforge hammer. It's used to destroy the soul stones. And the book, I don't know if it can be used again, but it granted me a lot of wisdom that I needed from the beginning.
Oh, I may read that myself. Sentinel and Licca will return to their world, Wildmount, as Sentinel states that he has an old master he'd like to look up.
Sentinel's from a different place.
Yeah, he is. I was about to say.
I thought him and Licca were from...
You're thinking of Fayar or whatever her name is. He's from Eberron.
Yep.
Yes, that's right, Everon. Him and
So,
Licca, because
I
they
think-
came over together.
Licca, Thebe, and Feyre were from Wildmount. And then Carvana and Sentinel were from...
Oh, it was Carvana. That's right. I don't know why I was thinking Licca.
All good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazzy
I'm
and-
so sorry. Yep, you're right. Eberron and Carvana came over together from Eberron.
Anyway, carry on.
So yeah, Carvana can't go back. Carvana lets you guys know that he has become part of this world and has to remain here, as he will become the new Inifis tree.
He settled some roots.
Yeah, he's got some roots placed down here. Sentinel will return to his world, as he has some things that he had left he had to get back to, sorry. And then Licca would, let me see. Damn, we're just rolling high tonight. Licca says he would like to join you guys and whatever adventures you might find in your world.
Hell yeah. Got the old crew. Kind of. Well, at least a bunch of us. This is gonna be... Well, is fun the right word? It's gonna be an adventure, guys.
Hell yeah, we're gonna change the future for everyone. Create some paradoxes.
There's another voice that speaks up that everybody hears. Holy shit. Sorry. Thunder just shook my house. Well, this has been fun, but I guess I need to stay here too, Kavath can't do it by himself.
Well, thanks for all the, help you gave us, man. Yeah. I finally don't get the. I don't have to listen to you anymore, yammering on and on about how you don't want to do stuff.
You're gonna miss me, Simon.
Yeah, I will.
I won't be missing
Sure you don't
you.
want to come with me? Sure you don't want to come with me, man?
No, your world sounds terrible, full of strife and war. Why would I want part of that?
Wait, wasn't yours full of war and strife and stuff, and that's how you ended up in a bangle?
Yeah, but I was able to sleep for a long time.
Okay, well, look, dude, I get it. You want to go back night and get some of that good rest, right? Since you know, got revenge on Doriel and all those primeval dudes. Cool, man. And with that, Simon takes off Phil and drops him to the ground.
Yeah. All right. There's no voice from Esper, but Malo would ask Thebe, would you mind maybe leaving Esper with us? Just in case we may need him again.
Yeah, Thebe immediately unstraps Esper and goes, I was already gonna, for that exact reason. Here you are. I hope you don't need it.
I hope that as well, dear. And she looks at all of you prior to taking the time to transport you. I am sorry I pulled you into this, but I am not ungrateful for what you have done. The entire world here owes you a favor that they could never repay and don't even know about. Well, come. Let's get this over with. I hate long goodbyes.
Before they leave, I do take a moment, and I don't think there's anything to say. First, Simon, I mean, I don't know, man. You've got that expertise in wrestling. I guess when you're out on an island, you practice Greco-Roman wrestling or something. But I think I would grab you and embrace you. And I don't think I would have anything other than to say that you are every bit the man that I had imagined you to be, and more.
Thank you, Ross.
Yeah. I think for Rowan, for you, I definitely don't have any words, but if I get punched in the face for it, I did stab your brother, so it's fair. I would give you a big hug too. I think I would even. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I would hug back, and you're getting a rose tucked into your the collar of your shirt or something.
That's fair.
We'll come back to that later. So.
I do have a prank to play because, I mean, it's long in coming, and Grease wouldn't appreciate it for sure. But way back when, Draven and Rowan thought this was funny, so I have to go back in my notes and make sure of what it is, because I remember it was embarrassing, but we had other things to worry about. So, I think it was just a peck on the cheek.
No, it
I'm gonna
was
say it was a
full
peck.
on smooch on the lips.
Okay, well then, yeah. I think while you're busying yourself with trying to slip a rose into my, my tunic or whatever, I would place both hands on your face and I look at you, if you would allow it, of course. I look at you and there's a moment where I'm just, I look like I'm about to say something, in that Ross always has some world nuggets of advice. And then, yeah, I give you a kiss, full on the lips. Don't care if Grease is there or not. Sorry, he can punch me too.
This is a spicy episode.
What's this payback?
You get a small smirk. Well, you won't be here to find out. Travel well.
And you, no more self-sacrificing, suicidal plans. Yes?
I look at Boros because Boros knows something I don't know that the rest of you, I think the rest of you suspect, but don't know. And I would just say, I'm sure that my my friend and my keeper, kind of nodding at, actually no, it's just Boros and Ross. I forgot that he was insane. Um, yeah, I would just say, I'm sure my keeper and partner will do their best to keep me out of trouble.
Oh, and Ross,
Yes.
give me the list of the name of your friends from Alagon.
Damn.
That's fucking big, dude. That's actually fucking huge.
I look at you and I don't really think I need to know why you're asking this, but I would ask you a question in return, and I think after that, it is what it is. Why would you attempt this and not try to bring him back? I imagine you know exactly what I mean.
His soul's gone.
And they could very well be in the same predicament.
Were their souls destroyed? You don't know that.
No, just the thralls of a lich, I suppose. But, yeah, if you seem pretty firm in your answer or your question, then I believe I would exchange those names. Stand by. Yeah, and I think, yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I was done.
To the group. Rowan, do you still have my personal effects?
I do, yes.
Allow me one moment. As he goes through the items that you collected, he pulls out 4 that he knows wouldn't have been destroyed. A book, a ring, a sword, and a stone. The sword, he walks over to Simon. A gift to you, my friend. All you must do is whistle and it will obey your every command. I'm handing him my dancing rapier for his journey.
Okay.
I will go to Vac and I will hand him the ring. For you, I need you to be invincible for them. Protect them while we cannot. and I will hand Vec my ring of psychic resistance.
Nice. Okay.
I'll go to Thebe. For you, I must ask that you keep a quick wit and keep your wits about you in the midst of combat. And I'll hand him the concentration stone.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then for Rowan, I'll hand her the book. And for you, I ask that you remember us and remember this journey that we've been on. For all of us. And I will hand her the book of records that we found in the Worldstone Keep.
Okay.
How could I ever forget any of you?
I don't think you could. But you'll also outlive us all. So I also ask you take our legacy into the future.
I will.
And Boros will go in for a big, big hug on Rowan. Wings and
The
all.
biggest of hugs.
The biggest of hugs, wings and all. You know, you were a lot taller a few months ago.
While two of them are hugging, Vec is going to hug both Boros and Rowan and pick them up at the same time.
With a 24 strength? Yeah, not a problem.
Down, boy, down! Oh, I'm gonna miss your cooking.
Oh, hold on. And he's gonna go in his pack. And he is going to take out like a small satchel. Here. Didn't get a chance to finish it. And he's gonna give you like a bag of treats, and it's gonna has a couple of confections and like small snacks inside. What's going to share after well, everything.
They all shaped like milk bones.
Some of them are, but some of them are just regular cookies.
Okay.
A mixture of like sugar cookies, snickerdoodles, and some other things.
I'll save these for a rainy day, my friend.
We'll miss you.
I'll miss you too.
Any other words?
Yeah. Simon, thanks Boros for the dancing rapier. I will take great care of it. I will make sure it draws much blood.
Don't put yourself in any needless situations.
Me? Of course not. Simon goes up to Ross, puts a hand on his shoulder. Says, my friend,
I look at you and kind of wait expectantly for the next words.
I hope that one day you will be able to see what Alagon used to be. In fact, I will make it. I will. Let me get that straight. Hold on. Yeah. I hope one day you have an opportunity to see what Alagon should have been in your timeline.
Yeah. You see me smile at you, and I nod and say, both Draven and I, when we realized who we were, we knew the kingdom would return to its former glory. I'm glad that it's no longer just a hope, but a reality. Take care of yourself. And them, please. I say with, kind of motioning with my head. Despite their good intentions, one of them has an addiction, and the other is a bratty know-it-all. And you see me look at you like you know who's who.
Right on.
If you were to look back, you would see Phoebe like offering some drugs to Vec like right now.
Yeah.
What? He's looking, just sniffing at him, like trying to, what's this?
Yeah, you can take it or not. I just wanted to add that for a little scene flavor. Keep going, Ross.
Yeah, no, I mean, oh, wait, there is something I would give you. Shoot, I almost forgot this. Um, Simon, as though remembering something, I would tell you to wait a moment and, race to wherever my pack is. Let's say I kept it with me just to move this along. But I would take out what I assume when Simon, like, moves on. Or not moves on, when restores Alagon. I would... This is what you get with one of your background starting equipment. So I would give you the badge and an old, call it Centurion helmet, if you would, or if you need to establish any kind of, new regime. Your parents, this was their seal, and uh, I would hand over the seal. It's, of course, not royal seal, but just the ones given to captains. And this is the helmet symbolizing their office. Might be a good way to rally those who still remember the old names, the old blood. And yeah, I give you DM. You decide. I don't think we ever talked about it, but it is in there. Seal representing, your rank in the order. So I give it to you.
Okay. Um. Well, anything else for the goodbyes here, as Mala prepares to send people back to their worlds, those that wish to go.
Yeah, I think there's just a general run of like generic goodbyes for like Leica and Sentinel and Curvana and like I guess the NPCs, if you would, at this point. Um, and I think in general some hugs just being exchanged without role playing every single one out. Like I
Right.
imagine most characters would be saying goodbye to each other. Um, Thebe would thank Boros in particular for the stone and say, "Look, I couldn't help but notice earlier. You seem to remember when you gave a hug just now that you said they were taller a few weeks ago. Is there any chance you're remembering your memories from when you were Lazarus?"
He's gonna chuckle. Memories are engraved in the soul. Eliminate the body, and you set them free. I'm just glad to be back. And I'm glad to be me.
Glad you're back too. It was weird without you. And well, honestly, it's kind of gonna be. But listen, I know we're saying goodbye now. We're literally not gonna be on the same world. But if there was someone who could reach out, it'd be you. And so if you ever need anything, you're as much a part of this team as anyone. And we know that if you could, you'd probably come with us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is just know that you're my friend, and if you ever need anything, and I think I speak for everyone when I say this, you know where to find us.
I will hold you to that.
Yeah, and then you get a little big hug. Little probably from your perspective, because you're a big fucking dude. Thebe excitedly goes over to Ross. Thanks again. Oh, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. You know what? You got it. This is for Alagon, for you, buddy, and for that other guy who died. You know, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I smile at your enthusiasm. I know you will. Just remember, a captain always makes sure that he looks after his men first.
Sir, yes, sir. Aye, Captain. Yes. I'm not good at this, but I will.
I know. Take care of yourself, Thebe. And, yeah, I give you a hug, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you get a hug. Alagon will be back. You get like a little whisper in your ear. One way or another, I promise we'll figure it out.
And, yeah. I nod and release you. And just say, it's time.
Okay, with that, I need to ask this before I continue. Would any of you mind if I took some liberties in describing some things that happen as the character's life goes on?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Okay. We'll start with Ross.
I just want you to know, that if I don't like it, it's gonna be Adam's canon, not my canon.
We'll start with Ross and Boros. Years go by. Rowan, make up your mind. Years go by. Decades. As you two have found your place in this world and kind of settled down. There comes a summons. An old friend requests your attendance in Haragoth. As you guys get there, Mala, who looks even more feeble and aged at this point, calls you into Heinrich's laboratory there where that portal was that she is able to make use of to send people different places or retrieve things and people. Hey, thought you might want to see this. And as she goes, she places her hand on the side of the portal, and this blue shimmering light within kind of settles and smooths out, and you see beyond a glimmering city, one that you recognize. Children laughing, playing among the streets. Buildings rebuilt. A statue, as the vision moves along to the palace that you are familiar with. There's a massive statue there. Shield, sword, and the sigil that you recognize that you had given to Simon up on the pauldron of the armored figure there, with a large horned helm and red. Presumably some magic went into this as the eyes kind of glow red. Beneath the statue, and the statue's probably 20 feet tall. Beneath the statue, just the words, "A soldier and friend, never forgotten." And as the vision moves into the palace, there's a feast. You see Simon, aged, not old, but aged. Rowan is there, looking as young as ever as she's the elf. Grease at her side. Looking a little older. Much older, actually.
I would say, dang, man, Simon's the only one that aged.
No, yeah, no, Grease aged as well.
Yeah.
Vec is there. Thebe, he looks a little older and wiser. Vec is there. Most of his hair gray now, covered. His body covered.
Yeah.
Got a little belly. Still massive. You can't hear, but you see the smiles and the joy in their faces. As Mala places her hand on your shoulder, she kind of smiles. I believe Rowan was able to save your friends. Rowan, with your magic and abilities and connection to Saloon, you get the feeling someone's watching you, like a scrying is taking place. would you? I mean, now this is decades later, and you're in the middle of the palace. Would you look into that?
Yep.
Now, this isn't really how scrying magic works, but for the sake of this, you reach into that connection that you have with your goddess, and you scry. You no, don't scry, but you see kind of from behind Mala and Boros and Ross here. You kind of see, as if you're kind of floating behind them, you see them peering through a portal. Knowing how magic works, you should not be able to see this.
Mhm.
This is there's a hand here involved that is beyond anything you could do. But you see them peering at you guys through this portal. Thebe is there, you know, like you see them looking at all of you, and that's the vision ends abruptly.
Mhm. I take a moment after it ends. I take a moment to like just make a heart with my hands. A smile and a heart.
Yeah. As the vision fades, Ross, I'm going to assume that you have never let that crystal out of your sight. That stone.
I'm not sure if you remember where it is, but I had tucked it. I mean, I figured Boros would know this, but I had tucked that into my soul, I think.
So, as the vision fades, Mala just turns to you and says, I need to rest. As she kind of breathes, you hear her breathing is kind of ragged. You do know that some of the humans here, they don't live, they don't have the same year span that your humans do. They tend to live a bit longer. Not like the Haradrim, but they usually live 130, 140, maybe 150 years on the end, at the very end.
Yeah.
She is right there on the cusp. You know that, but as she says she needs to rest, there's a tugging and a voice. Release me. That has just constantly battered you throughout the years. I imagine that you just kind of take it with a resigned sigh, but it's still there.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Um,
Would we have made any headway in kind of, with Boros? Really, I'm really relying on Boros more than anything else here. But in helping the Haradrim to make a comeback in a stronger way, so we could take a look at this.
so yeah, I'm getting
Okay,
to
sorry.
y'all's- Yeah, I'm getting to sanctuary. With that,
Yep.
You and Boros need to return, as Deckard is also getting on the edge of his lifespan here, even for Haradrim. Within hold on a second. the hell was the name of it? Sorge, sorry, and Monastery. You and, with the help of Deckard and Boros, obviously, have got a small clan, numbering about 20 or so, who have stepped up and become the next generation of Haradrim. You've took your time to kind of scour this world and find those with a touch of celestial in them, what they call the Nephilim, and brought them in. And Deckard has educated them and shown them all the many of the secrets of the Haradrim, and while at the moment there is nothing discovered on how to completely destroy these entities, there are plans that you guys have come up with the things that y'all have gone through, the things that Deckard knows, and your recounting of everything to him. Y'all have come up with ways that, if need be, if the need arises in the future, y'all will have a much easier way to deal with the entities if they come back. But there's no guarantees, not when it comes to dealing with creatures like this, right? But
Yeah.
it's enough that you feel good. You feel as though if it happens, this will give them a much better chance at dealing with these entities in the future. Even without the help of the Celestials, if that would be the case. Which you know that Tyrael is really the only one that cared to help you guys at all. But even without his help, you feel confident that those left behind should be okay.
Okay.
Simon, Rowan, and Thebe, you guys, it takes about 3 or 4 years, but you're finally able to gather enough people that still are faithful to, are loyal to the bloodline, to Simon's bloodline. And with the knowledge and experience you guys have and the things that you've become capable of, you're able to retake Alagon, and Simon rebuilds a kingdom even greater than before. And I think there's a part of Simon that did that for Ross. The kingdom at the moment, at this time, is thriving. It is beyond what it was before. It now has reach outside across the seas. They have allies and treaties with other kingdoms that they never had before. Rowan and Grease, while maybe they never had children, I don't know, or got that serious, they are still together. And I think Simon would have found a queen at some point. But anything else would be maybe another adventure or a story for another time. But I think at the moment, in this moment, there's peace for everyone. And that, I believe, will be the end of the campaign.
a
First D&D campaign ever, and I finished it. Oh my god!
well done.
If people are watching this, thank you so much for being here and watching this to the end. Please like, comment, share, and all that. And I would like to give a huge thank you to my players. When we got into this, we were just some random people, other than Sean and Anthony. Anthony's a good close friend of mine in real life. Sean, I'd been known for a couple of years previously, and when he came in, I was ecstatic that he was able to join. But for the rest of you, just random people, I mean, this was amazing. You guys are fucking fantastic, man. I never thought this would go for this long to begin with, but for you guys to stick it out for this long, Jesus, I don't even know what to say to that. I am grateful. And I feel like out of these random people here, we've all become a pretty good little group of friends. So, to my viewers, leave comments for these guys, man. They're fucking awesome. This obviously never would have happened without them. So, I just want to say again, thank you so much for sticking through this, through all the bullshit and mechanical issues on my end from the DM inside, and even technical issues which you guys are very well aware of that I had. I can't thank you enough. So
Yeah, same and likewise, dude. This has been so cool, and we appreciate you DMing and tolerating us for so long, and thank you. This has been so much fun.
Ah, beat me to it, dang it. Running this game.
I mean, yeah. Dude, thanks for everything.
Well,
Oh,
again, there would be nothing without the players. So
GG!
yeah, man. Yep, we did it, guys. Shout out to like the players, but also shout out to you, Adam. Like, you don't very often see a campaign go from wherever it is you guys started to level 20. So salute, man. That is a DM achievement unlocked. So well done.
it was rough because you guys got way more powerful than I expected.
Yeah,
It was really hard to
usually how it
balance
goes.
things out.
Usually how it goes. That is usually how it goes. But hey, you did it. Well done, brother. Like, yeah. Salute,
Yeah.
guys. Oh man, we should have done we should have poured one out for the end of the campaign, but well, it's all good.
Oh, dude, we haven't done one of those episodes in a long time, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's all
thanks for
good.
watching. Thanks for watching, and yeah, man, like that Abracadagger D&D channel, please. Maybe there'll be more in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But
Heck
have a
yeah.
good one.
Dude, would be so down.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Everything.
Good campaign.